Welcome to another teacher tip with Mr. Long, and in this video we're looking at particularly Excel and these very long Excel documents and that you might be working on, and it might be difficult to read the information because there's just so much and you keep scrolling left and right and up and down and you can't actually see the headings or see the students' names. Now here I've got a random spreadsheet. These are all random names and random numbers. There's no relation to anyone. So let's say you're in this situation and you've got all these assessments which are great, but when I get over here and I want to actually see, okay, what were their final marks, I've got to keep scrolling back to see who it was, and then you follow that. It's difficult to retrace who these people are. And if I go down to find this student, now I go, okay, what did they get? Oh, but the assessment name's right at the top. Now this can be very frustrating. Now you could make obviously the view a bit smaller, but now you're straining your eyes. What happens if you want to keep it to this size? Let's go in a little bit more. I think we were like somewhere over here. Now you want to keep it to the size, but you want to be able to keep these names on the left hand side, and you want to keep this stuff at the top so that you can see it all the time. So my tip to you is we're going to use a feature in Excel called freeze panes. So what you do is you need to pick a block on your spreadsheet, and whatever block you pick, let's say I pick that block there. Whatever is to the left of that block, so everything on this side will be frozen and everything above it will be frozen. So for example, my little tip to you is you look at the first student and look at the first mark. That's the first mark, that's the first student. That's normally the one I use. The first student, first mark. So therefore everything to the left of it will be frozen, everything above it will be frozen. So where do I go? Well, I go up here to view, and then you will see there's freeze panes over there. Now you can just automatically always do the top row, always do the first column, but if it's quite specific like our scenario, we are just going to freeze panes and make sure that you have selected the block over there, the first student, first mark. And if I do that, you'll see these imaginary lines have appeared. You can't really see them that clearly, but they are there. But the thing is, if I scroll down, I'm going to scroll down. Do you notice that all this stuff at the top is staying there? And I'm just seeing the students change at the bottom there. Now if I go right to the top and then I scroll to the side, okay, so if I scroll to the side of this document and go to the left, or to the right, sorry, do you notice how everything stays, all the names are staying over here, and now I can see exactly that mark relates to that person. It's a lot easier to read, and then you can keep doing those things. So you can go across, you can go down if you want, and you can go across as well. So it allows a lot more maneuverability with regard to trying to track which student got what mark for which assessment. And if you want to undo what I just did, then you just go back to view and you go to freeze panes and you unfreeze it, or you let it go, as they say in the movies. In Frozen movie, let it go. So there we go. So that's the little tip or trick you can use for when you are moving around on a spreadsheet. So just to recap, you go to the first student, first mark. And that's the normal one that I would normally freeze, so that everything to the left is frozen, everything to the above it is frozen. There we go. For more teacher tips, go to our YouTube channel, click on that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Also, share us with your other teacher friends. And remember, don't do it the long way, do it the Mr. Long way.